Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Also, I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who's teaching this truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth, which you so-called Negroes, Latino, Hispanics, Native American Indians, the true Israelites that's coming out that elect nation of Israel. This brother, you Wannathon from GMS Detroit, just back at you with another lesson. Now, this particular lesson was actually inspiration. The brothers had a group video we got done earlier. So I was just, when I got off work, I was watching some of it and skimming it. And this has also been brought out last camp that I was in. Basically, is just knowing that you're an Israelite is not enough, man. I mean, it's not enough. All right? Because, it's more than just being an Israelite. You're just not given to the promises. There's works to be done. There's things to be fulfilled. There's a putting off of the old man. There's coming into the repentance and putting the proper garments to be saved by Yahweh Shai, man. So it's just more than just knowing that you're an Israelite. Being an Israelite doesn't give you a get into a chariot free card. No. So let me grab this one. Romans 9 and 6. This book of Romans, verses 9 and verse 6, and it reads, "Not as though the word of Yahweh had taken on effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel." All right, because we had a lot of people and that are Jakes out here, Israelites that know that they're Jake, but they still bullshitting. They're still. The Lord has given his people something to be holy by the law, statutes, and commandments, and things to do. But the ones that are not of Israel, the ones that are doing the things that Yahweh told them not to do. All right, being pork, acting like heathens, smoking weed, things that are not, man. That's why it tells you in Romans the 10th chapter, they have knowledge that they know the Lord, but not, they have a zeal of Yahweh. Let's just grab that one so I don't butcher it. It says, this is Romans 10 and verse 1. "Brethren, my heart desires and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge." So once you come into this truth, man, once you wake up knowing you are an Israelite, it's more, that's when you gotta expand on it. You gotta, okay, I'm an Israelite, okay. What does it entail? What do I do? What is this? Go into the scriptures and you will find out more, man. That we're holy people and we're the Lord's chosen. But since we went off, we were put to a lower state, and then we have all these curses that fits us. All right. But this is why this truth is only for the elect, because there was Israelites that was just doing their own thing, calling on the Lord, but the Lord didn't save them. This is Matthew 7 and verse 21, and it reads, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." So there's some instructions that you got to follow, man. things that you got to do, things you need to put off, things you got to sacrifice, man. So it's just you gotta have the works, man. You gotta have the faith. You gotta have the understanding. You gotta have that. You gotta have the names. All right. So I got some more queued up because on this side is really just for the elect, man. It's really for the elect. So I got some things queued up, man. Because what you're supposed to do. It says in Colossians 3:12, as you put on therefore as the elect, man. You know, what does the elect want to do? They're going to search, they're going to seek the Lord, they're going to be baptized, they're going to be submerged in this word, man. They're going to want to come to Yahweh, putting off their lives just to serve, to have a chance of redemption, man. The elect, they're going to be stern, they're going to give off brotherly love, they're not going to be no nigga, they're going to be charitable, they're going to be humble, lowly. Because what is 2 Corinthians, let me think it was it. Let me grab it real quick. 10 and 12 say, it says, for we dare not make ourselves of that number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves, and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. So you don't put yourself, don't be like, yeah, first off, if we were the elect, first off, pride is gonna come in. We won't feel like we don't need this. No, it don't work like that. So that's why we gotta be humble and do the best of our ability to serve the Lord. But we don't know if we're the elect, man, because then that's like I stated earlier, pride is gonna seep in. You don't feel like I'm the elect. Well, I gotta do this. I'm just gonna, chill back in the cut. I'm gonna be right over here by the juice. But no. We put on as the elect, but we still follow the law, statutes, commandments that the Lord gave us. Hey, have humility, be humble, broken-hearted, contrite. Because first off, we're still in this flesh. The Lord can take you out like that, man. The Lord hates pride, man. Pride goes before destruction. Okay, get this one. But doesn't mean just don't do anything about it. Here we go. This is 2 Peter 1:10. It says, wherefore the rather brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. So, a just man falls 7 times, but you just gotta put on, you listen. When you're like bullshitting. When you actually giving your best. You can't play yourself. If you were bullshitting, and when you were trying to do your best to, like I said, when you been studying so hard to get that A+ on that project, because you're seeping in, you're trying your best to grow, learn, and present this wisdom knowledge, spiritually to the sheep out here. All right, anything that's in the scriptures that exercise it, expand it, and grow in it, man. Because this thing is about growth. Man, last night, I was just going through old pics and videos, and I'm like, damn, I came a long way. But even though I'm here right now, doesn't mean I stay stagnant. I gotta continue on growing. I gotta continue on pushing, continue on fighting. Any traits of the elect, put that on. All right? This is Revelation 7, man. This is for the elect, all from Judah all the way down to Issachar, man, for the nation of Israel. But on this side is elect and the numeral multitude, you know, the Negroes, Latino Hispanics, and the Native American Indians. All right, because they're the ones that's going to get the new song. So I just quoted Revelation 7. Let's get Revelations, the 14th chapter. And it says, now start. Let's see. And I looked. This is Revelation 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on then Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So that's Yahweh Shai, and those are the elect. Okay, verse 2. And it says, I heard a voice from heaven, and the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. All right. But here's where I'm getting the point. And it says, and they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the fourth beast, and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that new song is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you see the man at Great Millstone is preaching on the highways and byways, because it all links up. You know, we're preaching the gospel that the church is like, hold the hell on. This is not a remix. This is something brand new, but it makes more sense according to scriptures, according to prophecy, man. All right, you can see how the world is now once this new song is being preached. But who's the ones? You know, you might have some men out there that's preaching. We don't know who the elect is, but the elect are the ones that's going to get this. Shalakia. This thing is all for the elect, man. Yeah, they're going to be of Israel, but like it stated, it's just not going to be knowing that you're an Israelite, man. Let me see. Grab one more if I can find something. Let me see. See, all right, here's another one. Because now, yeah, you got people, because in the video that the brothers was doing, you know, from ISUPK, you know, a lot of these Israelites know that they're Israelites. They do the work, but their work is garbage, is contaminated, let me just grab it. So this is Titus 1:16, and it says, they profess that they know Yahweh, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good man, and unto every good work reprobate. All right, so, you know, I was watching the video brother put on 2 weeks ago, ISUPK doing military shit, you know, getting mace and pepper sprayed. The Lord didn't tell you to do those things, man. That's just vain. That's for naught. We have the whole way to carry ourselves from living, eating, in getting into difficult situations, how to treat the next person. We have the blueprints right there, right here. But yet you see these men doing things, you know, Lord didn't tell you, you know, do 50 push-ups. Now we do, you know, take care of your temple, but the main thing is to get into the scriptures, learn, grow, feed the sheep, make sure you watching your own ass, and, you know, pray. Man, the list goes on. But whatever you can learn, exercise it in sincerity, man. But nevertheless, I didn't want to make this too long. And again, I just want to give all honor, glory, and praise to do to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles at great millstones, teaching truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace, salutation, and hope for a light. I'm going to close out. Say shalom.